Hey guys, Ryan King here, and I'm the keyboard instructor for WorshipArtistry.com. In today's YouTube lesson, we're going to take a look at the song Unstoppable God by Elevation Worship. And specifically, we're going to look at how to get the sounds and the tone for this song. Now, we're only going to look at the tone, so if you want to see the entire lesson, you need to click the link and head over to Worship Artistry where you can sign up for an account. It's less than $10 a month, and it's totally worth it. But just in case you want to check out a YouTube video, this is for you. The tone for this song is a little more complex than other songs, and that's because we're using a variety of synth patches, arpeggiators, pads, and an acoustic piano. The acoustic piano sounds like this. Nothing too special about that piano. It's just a 7-foot Yamaha, and I don't have a whole lot of reverb on it because we're using it during a small section of the song, and we want it to cut through the mix. We don't want it to drown out like other songs that we typically have a lot of reverb on it. So not too much reverb, just a 7-foot Yamaha. Now, as far as all the other sounds that I'm using, it's all coming out of Omnosphere, and I've set that up on my computer, and what you see on my iPad is just a controller that's controlling those sounds. Now, many of these sounds are just stock presets that I've adjusted a little bit. Some of them I did download off the internet, and you can search for different Facebook pages like Omnosphere Worship Sounds. You can get different sounds off of Multitracks, Loop Community, places like that. And so a couple of these sounds I downloaded off of Omnosphere Worship Sounds, and you can check out their Facebook page. And there they have a website where you can just download different sounds. It's basically a community forum where guys like me just create these sounds, upload them, and they're just patches. And so if you have Omnosphere, you can download these patches and then plug them right in. Now, what I did is I downloaded a few of them, tested them out to see if I liked them or not, and then I began to kind of tweak them a little bit. Now, one of the first sounds that we're using here is this kind of lead sound that you have. It's kind of a plucking sound. And this one is just called Unstoppable God Pluck 1. And this is just kind of this pluck sound that you use during the verse and during the bridge, and it sounds like this. So you can hear how it has that nice plucking sound. There's a lot of delay on it. There's a couple of delays set to it just to give it a nice trill, kind of a nice bounce to it. And I've turned the delay up so that when all of the other stuff is going, you can really hear that. Instead of it just being dry, we want to hear that delay. And so you can hear it's kind of got that plucking sound. There's a little bit of overdrive to the sound. If you play a little softer, it's not as overdriven. If you play a little harder, then it overdrives a little more, and it sounds like this again. So again, that one is called Unstoppable God, Pluck number 1. Now, as far as the pads that I'm using during this song, I'm using a Lush Super Sol Pad 1, and this is something that is stock inside of Omnosphere. Now, I've got 2 instances of it, and basically one instance is shifted a little higher, but I've pulled it down into the mid-register here. And as you'll see, I've limited some of this to each hand. So this particular pluck sound that we heard on the lead is just up here in my right hand. If I come down, you don't hear anything down here, but if I move up, it goes on up to the higher end of the piano. But if you move down, you don't hear it. And that's because I want to do something different in my left hand, which is this Lush Super Sol pad. Now, the first instance of it, I've shifted it up an octave or two, and it sounds like this. So you can hear it's got a nice kind of Euro-British kind of sound to it. And again, this is a Super Sol kind of wave, and it has that unique sound to it as opposed to more of an analog, a dark pad, something like that. And as you heard, as I held onto the chord there at the end, that filter began to open up over time. Now, if you want it to open up even faster, you can set it to do that. I found that with everything that's going on in the song, I didn't really need it to open up too much because that would just add even more to the overall sound, and it can get a little muddy. So Again, like I said, this is a multi-keyboard performance, and so if we had somebody just playing that, then you could set it so that it could open up even more. But there's a lot going on. You're already playing things in 2 different hands, and it's just too much to worry about, I think. And so I've just got it set to open up over a long period of time, and that way it doesn't muddy the overall sound. So again, I've octave shifted up a couple of notches here, bumped it down just in my left hand, and I've limited it to just my left hand. If I play up high, you can't hear anything. It's just down here. And during the bridge, it comes up to this high. As you can see, it stops on F, but E flat is where it still sounds. So during the bridge, we've got that melody. During the chorus, it's down here. So that's the first instance. The second instance is in a regular octave, and I've also limited it down here to the bottom half, and this is what we're going to use during the verse. It sounds like this. Now during that second verse, we change over to our acoustic piano and this pad, and that pad really gives it some glue as we're moving along. So those are the 2 pads. We've got that pluck sound. In addition to that, we have a big lead line that we play during the chorus, and it sounds like this. So as you can hear, it's got a lot of energy to it. There's a little bit of a super saw wave in there, and this is kind of a patch that's been modified off of like a patch that's called Most Frequencies Known or something like that. And so this has a lot of energy to it. It really cuts through the mix, and that's what we use during the chorus. Now, the last patch that I'm using, this one is called Unstoppable God Pulsing Saw. Now, this is the one that has the arpeggiator built into it, and again, this is locked to the tempo. So if you're using an arpeggiator, you have to make sure that you're playing in tempo, that you're playing to a click, or else it'll really throw things off. And this particular patch sounds like this. And so again, that one's called Unstoppable God Pulsing Saw 2. This is one that I downloaded off the internet, and I just kind of adjusted a little bit. You can hear how it has a plucking sound, and the arpeggiator is set to 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And again, you have to make sure that you're playing right on the beat, that you hit your chord all together. Now you can adjust your arpeggiator so that if you hit a bad note, maybe you hit your thumb not in line with your other fingers, that it still locks together. I don't have mine set that way. It's just kind of a preference on this particular song. You just have to make sure that you land when you need to. If not, it's really going to throw things off. When you combine a lot of these sounds together, they sound like this. So you can hear how all of those patches really work very well together. Now, if for some reason you don't happen to have Omnosphere, if you have a good pad that you can put in your left hand and a big synth patch like what we have there for the chorus in your right hand, then you'll have what you need. Add in an acoustic piano, especially during that second verse, then you'll have kind of the basics of what you need to execute this song. Now, if you do happen to have Omnosphere, again, you can go online, you can download a lot of these patches for free. You can download some of them from multitracks.com. There's a lot of patches that Peter James and others have made available that are actually on these albums. And so, unfortunately, Elevations isn't on there right now. I've heard that they will be adding that at some point in time in the future. But for now, you're just going to have to go online, do some searching, some tweaking. But again, we're just using an acoustic piano, an Unstoppable God Pluck 1. That's kind of our lead pluck that we use during the verse. two pads, Lush Super Sol pad number 1, and I've shifted each one of those for different octaves. Unstoppable God string lead, that's our big lead that we play during the chorus. And then finally our arpeggiated sound, which is Unstoppable God pulsing Sol number 2. You can go online, download these from Omnosphere Worship Sounds. It's kind of a community forum where you can download things, try some of them out, tweak them, get them to your liking. If you have these sounds, then you'll definitely have what you need to play this song. Be sure to click the link and head over to worshipartistry.com where you can sign up for a free account today. Every lesson comes with a music video where you can change different video angles, as well as step-by-step instruction for different sections of the song. We also have loop videos that you can practice along to, as well as sheet music, chord charts, guitar tabs, and a whole lot more. So what are you waiting for? Click the link and sign up for a free account today.